The opinions in this podcast are solely those of the creators and do not reflect the opinions of the filmmakers involved. If you are of legal drinking age, feel free to have a drink with us, but please do drink responsibly. You're listening to Cole-astic Cinema.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I'd like to take his face off.
With your host, Fabian Salazar.
These are just jokes. It's all just nonsense.
And Cole Butterfield.
Oh, no, this is Belgium.
Where we talk about movies, most of the time.
I know words besides fuck and dude.
So come along for a ride and have fun.
It's more fun to me that way, I guess. Still on this goddamn shit. There we go.
Hold for Chair Tone.
That's a little bit me. Hold for Chair Tone. Hold for Chair Tone.
Hold for Chair Tone. Still holding for Chair Tone. This is going to be the perfect editing point.
Welcome to Cole-astic Cinema. That was a good intro. All right. And today, in this corner, debuting in the 2018, directed by Cosmos Cosmatos, featuring our boy Nicolas Cage, Andrea Riseborough, and Linus Roche, we are watching the psychological, cerebral horror film, Mandy. Really excited about this one. This is a movie I've only seen once, but stuck with me so hard. Like, I remember watching it and just being like, God damn it. I wish I was really high for this movie. But it's a really, really good movie. You got Cage going full Cage. Andrea Riseborough, her supporting actor credit, she crushes it as Mandy, and Linus Roche is the cult leader. He's intimidating and he's pretty fucking creepy. Like, he does a really good job. So this movie was budgeted for $6 million and it grossed about $1.6 million, which unfortunately means it bombed. It did not deserve to bomb. This movie is hands down one of my favorites. Not quite in my top 5, but I would say it's close to the top 10. It's in my top 15 for sure. It's really, really fun. Filming locations, it was filmed in the UK, US, and Belgium.
Oh, no, this is Belgium.
It's really hard to talk about me personally right now without just going into the scenes and like talking about the movie, and I really don't want to spoil it for you because this is a really fun movie for me. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Those of you keeping track, this is our third Nicolas Cage movie, and
3, baby.
We're only going to rack up those numbers from here. Buddy works.
I mean, yeah, he's giving us a lot of stuff to work for, and that's part of the reason why I love him, and just the fact that he's just Nicolas fucking Cage.
Nicolas fucking Cage.
Yeah, and I understand not being able to go into spoiler territory. That was my biggest problem. Doing research on this movie is, actually, it was like I found a weird amount of, once again, not giving a shout out to the internet and the things that it does, but I found with my Google searches, the internet was being nice and not trying to spoil anything for me. Like, pretty much, like, everything I looked up, like, summated to was just watch the fucking movie.
Yeah, no, I can see that for sure.
Which I appreciate the hell. Thank you, internet, for not going out of your way to be the normal, malignant tumor on society that you are, and just making everything horrible. But by being just super nice, I'm like, yeah, no, like, it's got some of these, the visuals and the camera work itself is insane, like, done by the director. And you've also got Nicolas Cage, who at one point is allowed to go full Cage, which is all you really want from Nicolas Cage, is from just cage the hell out of it.
Whoa, did you hear that? I'm going to have to take that out of my bit. Listen.
Oh, fuck, yeah, shit, slamming phones down, super fucking heavy phones, and it's making sounds, and you're like, damn, that's a heavy phone, and shit, why is your phone so heavy? Dude, is it full?
All right, that's enough of that shit.
That was so dumb.
That's segue number 1. All right, so you're saying about Nicolas Cage being able to go full Cage.
Yeah, being allowed full Cage is like, we recently watched, The Color of Space, and it's something
Color Out of Space.
Which
apparently I just learned is a different director, but they are very hand in hand in my mind. I think in my mind, they go very hand in hand together. Like, Watching Color Out of Space, when we watch Mandy, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I can definitely see how this you could think this was done by the same people. But,
which I was excited for, but what I kind of appreciated about Color, I don't know if I appreciated, but found interesting about Color Out of Space is that you have Nicolas Cage being very muted the entire time, like very much just like, no, I'm just gonna like act.
Up until like the climax.
To the climax, we're like, like it's a weird, like I don't know if it's like an itch or just like someone's like, oh, thank you. Oh,
there you go.
That's the good stuff.
There's my Cage. Oh, there's my Cage boy.
Oh, that's what we're talking, pure, unrefined fucking Nicolas Cage.
At the door. I know this one's kind of hard to do a pre-show.
Yeah, it's hard to do a preamble to a movie that pretty much on the internet is screaming just watch this movie. That's the only way to explain this movie or anything. Like one of the things I like doing like the Google search. And one of the, like the secondary things that came up was like, is Mandy a good movie? And so like, all right, I'm curious. I'll click on it. And it's a Reddit post where pretty much it starts with like, what the fuck did I just watch?
That's fair.
Like I just got done watching this. I think I liked it. It would seem to be the general consensus is like, I think this is a good movie and I think, but maybe not. I don't know. Honestly, I'm jazzed for it. It seems like it's not polarizing, but definitely like makes you lean one way or another. Where it's like, I'm guessing more art form.
It is pretty artsy, and like I said, pre-show off mic, like The Exorcist, it is a little bit of a slow burn. Keep this time we're keeping our minds open for the slow burn instead of going into it like, oh shit, okay, I'm like I've got all this energy, I don't know what to do, and now I'm watching a movie that takes 2.5 hours to get into the fucking climax.
Before we actually start exercising. Before, yeah.
So this one, it is a little bit of a slow burn, but the visuals will keep you invested the entire time. Like I remember first time I watched it, I was like, okay, I have no idea what to expect from this. I'm really just watching this because it has Nicolas Cage in it.
Yeah.
And I started it, I'm like, oh fuck, this movie's pretty. Oh, this movie, okay, all right. It can be slow if it wants. This movie's got me already.
I mean, especially with what I'm reading, if like, the cinematography, you can get away with being slow when it's just shot so well to where like every image, every still, everything going on just pulls your attention. You can get away with being a slow burn. And I am in the right mentality now for a slow burn because I did read that it was a slow burn.
Right.
So like in the right mentality, not looking for that instant, just like, gratification, things happening now. Progress the story.
And those of you listening, don't worry. We're going to do a non-slow burn next episode. We are planning on, Cole, what's the name of that movie?
We're talking about 1996's The Phantom.
The Phantom. We're going to be watching The Phantom next week. So if you're in the mood to hear us completely shit on a movie, which I've never seen it. Cole's seen it.
Oh, I've seen it so many times. I've got so many things to say about this movie. It's like a weird love-hate relationship. I wouldn't say it's toxic, but it's definitely a love-hate relationship because I've got so many gripes about this movie, but also so many fucking things. I don't want to spoil anything. I am genuinely excited to talk about it because this is an insane movie that happened. It happened. It happened.
Okay.
And it's also got like an early Catherine Zeta-Jones, which is
okay,
fucking fantastic. Like early in her career.
Catherine Zeta-Jones Douglas or just Catherine Zeta-Jones?
Just Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh, okay.
Talking about just starting out.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so...
I'm going to shit on it so hard, and then I'm going to take all that shit and then raise it up and praise the fucking film.
I'm excited. So those of you who are going to stay tuned for next episode, we are going to be shitting on a movie, apparently. I haven't seen it, but from what Cole said, it's pretty bad, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to actually shit on a movie because I'm very optimistic when it comes to movies. I like trash.
You like
Poultry guys.
Well, you just
Toxic
love
Avengers.
movies. You just love movies.
I just love movies.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier off mic, it's an hourglass.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's bad. Yeah. If it's bad, so bad it's good. It's good. It comes right back around to being good again. It's that middle ground where it's like it's trying to be good or it's trying to be mad. It's trying to be good or it's trying to be bad, but it's not successing at either, and it's just a bad movie.
Yeah.
And there are bad movies.
Which we will be covering next time with The Phantom. This is a movie that is a bad movie.
So that's our promo for
That's a
next
promo
week.
for next week, but that's not what we're covering this week. This week,
We're covering Mandy.
Mandy.
And again, we're only getting into next
Mandy.
time's episode because this week's episode is very hard to do a pre-show about.
it's hard to do any preamble without giving anything away, and I don't want to spoil. Like, I really want to come into this fresh face and just ready to experience just the insanity of Cage and the just honestly, from what I'm reading, it's just really a well shot movie.
Yeah, and like I said, I've only seen this once, but I really don't want to spoil anything for you, other than like, it's fucking pretty. It's a very well shot movie. Longtime listeners know our previous episode about Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. The axe from Mandy is in Pedro Pascal's Nicolas Cage shrine room, whatever the hell you want to call it. But the axe that he has in the movie, I'm not going to tell you where he has it in the movie, but he has it in the movie, is in the shrine room.
Which this axe itself is also based off of it's like a metal group called like Celtic Frost, where the F in Frost is shaped like the axe, which is like a favorite of, I don't think Nicolas Cage, but of the director himself. So they included that. So it's like a reference within a reference.
And then also, going back even further, Celtic Frost is one of the first bands to inspire true Norwegian black metal.
Shit!
It is. It's one of the bands that inspired true black metal.
Whoa!
It's on that early spectrum, like early 80s of being that one of those bands where nobody really knew kind of where to classify it other than extreme metal. But it's in that classification where it's like, oh, okay, well, this is early. And then once actual black metal came out, they're like, oh, this is a progenitor to this. This is, you can see all the influence that bands like Mayhem and Emperor and all those bands had.
Well, you could
from
tell
Celtic
it's early.
Frost.
You could tell it's early because as a metal band, they can get away with the name Celtic Frost and not involving some sort of horrible, macabre imagery in their actual name themselves.
Yeah.
No, we're just a Celtic Frost.
Celtic Frost.
Yeah, it's cold. It's cold, and we're angry.
All right, that's history lesson number 1 for y'all. And if you're keeping track, that's shot number 1.
You're welcome, y'all.
Oh wait, that might be shot number 2. I don't know.
The real listeners know what shot it is.
Yeah, longtime fans know what shots. You know, we're not actually harping on whatever shot it is. You guys know.
True fans are keeping track.
The true fans are keeping track.
Go to the comments. They will let you know that the minute marks, these guys are obsessive. The wiki they have going on alone is honestly a little concerning, and I feel more seen than ever based on the wiki that our fans have made about us.
I'm surprised at the amount of racial slurs coming my way in the wiki.
Yeah,
I'm not really liking that.
Not really a fan of that. I'm not digging all the homophobia about my views on things.
No, I don't like that. I don't like. Hey, if you were any kind of ist or ism, you can go ahead and. Oh wait, no, ism doesn't work. Ist there. Yeah. If you're any kind of ist, you can go ahead and not follow us.
Yeah, please unsubscribe.
Yeah, unsubscribe if you're an ist.
Yeah,
isms are fine.
Isms are fine, like cubism
and autism.
And autism that is more than fine.
Yeah. Racists, no.
Racism
is fun to joke about, but no.
Unless you're talking about racism and the fact that you're like a huge follower of Formula One.
Yeah. The racism. We're only 16 and a half minutes in. I've already got to cut out 6 minutes of this episode.
True fans know that it takes a lot of editing to get anything even remotely workable.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, it's going to be a short pre-show just because this is one of those movies where you can't talk about it too much without giving away what's going on with the actual movie. It's going to be, what I'm going into, knowing it's a slow burn and knowing what I do about it, just kind of go in, being ready just to appreciate and notice just a lot of shit.
We're also probably going to have to wait for a little bit to where it's
just a little bit darker.
Where it's a little bit darker because where we're watching the movie, I'm not going to dox us, but where we're watching the movie is it's a pretty bright location, and Mandy is a movie you really want to watch with the lights down, where the only light coming from is the whatever you're watching on, whether it be TV projector or whatever.
We did with Color of Space. We watched that in pure darkness, and that just made everything pop so much more.
And that's
and I know we're talking about another movie.
Okay, so here we go. So this is a good mindset though. The mindset you want to go in watching Mandy, you want it to be dark, other than what's coming from the screen or projector. You want to know that it's a little bit of a slow burn, but that's okay because the visuals will keep you invested. And the story isn't too crazy. It's just a basic cookie cutter revenge thriller.
Yeah, from what I read, yes,
but it's a very heavy cerebral, like a cerebral revenge thriller where it's more so about the visuals and style more so than
I was about to say, is that what makes it more cerebral? Is just how it's done visually, to where that's what's more.
I would say so. Yeah.
Because when it comes to simple revenge stories, I don't feel like there's a lot of cerebral thought necessary for like. Actually, no, that's not true because you call this second time. Well, actually, long-time listeners know, huge fan of John Wick. Another time mentioning it, but like that's pretty much a revenge story for the first one.
Oh yeah.
And but yeah, you just need the bare bones revenge story. Like somebody's pissed, they want to fuck somebody up. Things happen in between. Like that's an easy thing to run with, and you can easily do that as a slow burn.
Yeah, you got that. You got Taken, which I'm gonna fucking like throw you a curveball right here. I Spit on Your Grave, Revenge. Revenge. Like that's a tough one for me though. Like I do appreciate their place, but those are movies that really, those are ones that are hard for me. You know me, you know my tolerance when it comes to the crazy ass fucking horror movies and what I can take and what I just laugh at shit and it's like he got his arm ripped off and now he's getting beaten to death with it, blah blah blah. Yeah. But the trigger warning.
Take a shot, trigger warning.
If you need to skip this part, I'm dead serious. If you need to skip this part, skip this part. Okay. All right. Those of you who are still here, the rape revenge movies, like I Spit on Your Grave, Revenge, like those movies they have their place, but they make me so fucking uncomfortable.
Oh, I mean, that's good.
Yeah. So they're doing their job.
Yeah, they're doing their job. You should be uncomfortable because this is a horrible fucking thing to do.
But it's the depiction is and not like irreversible. Like it's like the depiction actually like showing it on screen is like fuck. That's can't you just like allude to it or something? Like I don't need to be seeing this shit.
Yeah, can we just have like just some like offhanded character exposition? We're like, oh yeah, by this I don't. Oh, okay, no, we're just gonna watch it. Oh, we're gonna watch it happen the entire time.
No, it's like I'm fine with like violence and like body parts and ripping and all that shit because it's like it's special effects. But watching a woman just getting brutalized and all that shit makes me so fucking uncomfortable. And it's like that's the one genre where I'm like, I don't know if I can fucking do this.
Yeah, no, if I hear about anything like that, I'm like, I don't know if I can watch this movie. Even if she does end up getting hers and getting her revenge, that's great and all, but oh man, that's just such a horrible fucking thing.
It was tough. Like I've seen I Spit on Your Grave. I've seen I Spit on Your Grave remake, and I Spit on Your Grave 2. Like I've seen them because it's like, I am a fan of horror, but it also every single time I watch it, it's like, why am I doing this? Why am I watching this? I'm so fucking uncomfortable.
It's like, fucking, like you're looking around, like, anybody else seeing this right now? That's honestly like the hardest part I had with the American version of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah. I was happy she got to get her revenge.
When she got her revenge, straight up legitimately
her
fucking
revenge
excited.
Fucking clap. Yeah! Stand up. Yeah, get him.
But until that point, you're like, God.
No, first time I ever saw that, I was sitting next to my sister-in-law, and we were both like, I am so fucking uncomfortable sitting right now.
I finally saw that after a weird time watching just movies you should not be watching while depressed and while drinking for the first time.
For sure.
It's like we were doing Dead Poet Society, Requiem for a Dream.
Yep.
Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It's just, movies can be fun.
Movies can be fun. They can also be fucking terrible.
They can also to the point where it's like, my God, life.
Yeah.
I also get weirdly animated talking about them to the point where that's like one of two things people know about me.
To the point where you have to start a drunken podcast.
Yeah, pretty much like, oh man, like movies are a hell of a thing. Let's fucking talk about it. It's
All
also
right.
now one of two things people can talk to me about now, like that who
Good.
kind of know me, like Cole. I know two things about Cole: movies and comic books.
Well, that's good. It's good practice because then you get to be talking. The more you talk about movies, the more you get used to it, the more information you have to bring to the podcast.
And
the
also
more we
because
get
of this
paid.
podcast, I'm able
Plug.
I'm able to seem smart as I continue talking about movies connected to other movies. Like, oh, this guy is smart and he knows things. Little do they know that I'm a dilettante who's really just doing the best he can. But I appreciate that people recognize
In
that.
reality, we're just two drunken assholes talking about movies. But our fans know that.
Long-time listeners know that, and for new listeners who aren't aware of that, here's your warning.
Here's your warning. If you want to hear something intellectual, you might want to go find a different podcast.
Maybe don't go for the podcast that has one of the host's name as a pun in the name. Maybe like go for something like actually, I don't know, has an actual name, breaking things down.
Something smart that like actually teaches you something.
Yeah.
Like we have information. We have fun information.
Oh yeah.
But 90% of the time we're just two drunk assholes talking about movies.
There's no way in hell I'm gonna go on a diatribe about some sort of like an art house monologue on what a movie does and portrays and the themes. I could, but it's still not going to sound that fucking smart.
That's gonna alienate our audience. Our audience aren't the people that want to hear all that fucking, like I said, that pretentious bullshit.
Yeah, it was actually, well, also the audience knows that, long-time listeners know that I do know a fair amount of words. I got a fairly broad vocabulary that often just devolves to just using the word fuck a lot of times.
Yeah, exactly.
Which you can't have in an art house review. It's like, this fucking thing was fucking doing this.
And would you want me to talk about the history of 1920s Germanic cinema? Because I could tell you the history of 1920s Germanic cinema, but I'm not going to do that because that's going to make me sound like a pretentious asshole. I want to get drunk and talk about Nicolas Cage being drunk Nicolas Cage fighting a bunch of drugged out pieces of shit who killed his wife.
Yeah, that's really... Wait, did this come out the same year as Pig?
I think Pig came out a little bit after.
The Pig... Oh,
Yeah.
So are we like in Nicolas Cage's revenge era?
Kind of, yeah. I think we can get a firm grasp of the year on this, but we'll see how right I am, and if we'll see how right I am, and if I am right, listeners take a shot, and if I'm wrong, I'll take a shot. Okay, so let's see.
If Fabian is right, listeners take a shot. If Fabian is wrong, listeners take a shot.
Okay, so from my understanding, Mandy came out first, then there was Pig, then there was Color Out of Space. Let's see how right I am. I'm Googling it now.
Right.
Okay, so Mandy came out in 2018, right? I did that in the intro.
2018.
Oh.
2018! Oh, is Pig first?
No, I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Excuse me. Mandy did come out first,
Yes.
then Color Out of Space. Pig came out in 2021.
Oh, wait, that recently?
Yeah.
Well,
according to IMDb.
do you think it took time off to
Not
grow
plug,
the beard?
not plug, no plug.
No plug. According to insert random website name. Do you think it took the time off to grow the beard? Is that what he's needed?
He might have. I don't know.
But when did Unbearable Weight come out? Did Unbearable Weight come out in between that?
Unbearable
like
Weight. I thought Unbearable
2019
Weight
or
came out
2020?
in, let's see. Unbearable Weight came out in 2022. It came out after Pig.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Well, there goes that theory. The revenge era of the Cage songs.
I mean, they're all kind of revenge movies.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
Color Out of Space isn't.
Yeah, Color Out of Space isn't really a revenge movie. That's it's just a hell of a movie.
That's a Lovecraft movie.
It's a Lovecraft movie. It's Lovecraftian, so it's got layers.
Those of you who understand what Lovecraftian is, take a shot. We'll give you some time to go find your
Find your
alcohol.
Kraken.
Go find your alcohol or your Kraken that's in a bottle that's filled with the dead soul of an ancient or of an old one that you found on the beaches of Plymouth. Oh, not Plymouth. Innsmouth.
Just trying to find beauty in comedy in negative spaces is a way of making it a bit easier and more palatable to exist in. Long-time listeners know that. New listeners, oh man, please stick around. I swear we're not that big of dicks. I mean, we're dicks, but we're not that big of dicks.
Yeah. Those of you who know me in real life, you know I'm a teddy bear. I would never say or do anything to
Oh
hurt
yeah,
somebody.
those who know me in real life know that I will sit down after work, have a beer, and then cry at dogs being reunited with their owners after X amount of time. Like just right in front of everybody, just like, oh my god, so much love.
Getting into that. So also preceding a new episode coming up, I caught up on Guardians of the Galaxy, except for the third one because I want to do an episode on the third one. You cried during the third one, yes?
Yes, I cried. Unfortunately, I cried during all the points where, especially like doing this podcast and just being a movie lover in general, these are points in the movie where like they're trying to make you feel something and trying to make you cry. I'm aware of that. I wouldn't say a smart moviegoer, but I'm aware.
You'd say they did a good job, though.
Oh, it fucking got me every single goddamn time. This is the third movie. You've got to know these characters and love them, see them interact in the overall Marvel universe, and to see things happen. Plus, I mean, this is not a spoiler, but it's like huge, like the animal cruelty, which I'd say is a little blown up because they're all CGI animals. They're not real animals. It's also just a high evolutionary doing tests on animals.
Yeah.
Which is also upsetting. It's upsetting.
I've heard that's kind of more or less the theme or the point going in to where it's more of like a Rocket origin story than it is.
It's definitely more of a Rocket story as opposed to being a Guardian story, which which is interesting because Rocket always seemed like a side character. Peter Quill is the main one. Now Rocket's the main one, and it really pulls on you more because it's a side character.
Well, Marvel probably realized, well, people care more about animals than they do about people. People suck.
Yeah, people fucking suck. I mean, John Wick alone, they kill his dog, and everyone's like, yeah, no, fucking go get him.
Okay, so all right. I'm excited for this. I'm
It was
excited
a good time
for it.
But it did have moments, mostly just like, all the Rocket origin stories. Like, it's incredibly sad. Even in the actual comic books, it's a sad origin, and it just like. But also, I'm an easy cry. Like, I'll be honest, I'm an easy cry.
When it comes to movies, I kind of am.
Oh yeah, it comes to movies. Like, oh yeah, if I got a parent figure saying they're proud of their child, it's like fucking Niagara Falls. And like, the whole movie could be stupid up to that point. I could be like, why the fuck did I spend the money on this? A dad says, I'm proud of you, son. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's in a future episode. But yeah,
a lot of plugs for future episodes because there's not much of a preamble.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 just barely came out on Disney Plus. I tried as hard as I could to refrain from watching it because I wanted to save it for you, the fans. That's how much I care about you.
Much love.
Excuse me.
That's another shot.
That's how much I care about you. I don't want to ruin a firsthand new experience for you guys. I want you guys to get my honest take, honest first reading of Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which I missed in theaters, unfortunately, but I am excited to watch it now that it's on Disney Plus. One movie I really do want to go see in theaters that's out right now as of recording is Talk to Me.
Yes.
That looks fucking crazy good.
I want to see that. That looks fun.
Yeah. It looks nice. It looks like a nice spooky time.
It's like, okay.
Yeah.
So like we got some like basic possession elements and shit, like a dismembered hand. I always want to say disembodied. Is it disembodied or dismembered?
Yes.
A disembodied membered hand.
Disembodied member hand.
A disembodied membered hand.
I like that. Yeah. But the severed hand.
Yeah, severed hand, pretty much just doing all kinds of
severed disembodied membered hand.
Severed disembodied membered hand doing all kinds of shenanigans.
Yeah, it looks fun. Going back, if you take two, if you have a good reason for me to watch X again, please leave a like and subscribe and say something in the comments. Maybe X is a really fun movie with great visuals and a fun story that's a better slow burn than it cares to be, which... Okay, go ahead.
Not gonna make it.
I got you.
I'm sorry.
I got you. Go ahead.
My God,
go
I'm
ahead.
so sorry.
First door on the left. Those of you who are listening, maybe leave a like, share, and subscribe, and a comment telling me why I should watch X again. I really liked the movie, and I really want to see Pearl, and I really want to see Maxine when it comes out in theaters, but I don't really know why I don't want to watch X again. Please, maybe leave me your thoughts. Tell me why I want to leave or I want to watch X again, and I will happily watch it again and respond and let you know what I think. All right, this has been Cole-astic Cinema for the first half. We are now going to watch Mandy with our boy Nicolas Cage, Andrea Riseborough, and Linus Roche. This has been Fabian and Cole for Cole-astic Cinema. We'll see you after the break. This podcast is brought to you by Hopkins Brewing Company in Salt Lake City, Utah, a low-key brick-lined brew pub serving house craft brews, tasting flights, and international pub grub for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch. The staff is incredibly friendly and makes you feel welcome as soon as you walk through the door. They offer live events such as music and bar trivia. If you're in the mood for great time, great beer, great food, and great friends, check out Hopkins Brewing Company. This week, I tried the Pray for Rain Summer Ale. It is very mystic in that every time it taps, somehow it rains. I don't know how that works, but it is a delicious beer, and I enjoy it very, very much. And Hopkins has it on tap right now if you want to go try it. Cole, what did you enjoy?
I will be honest, one from my favorite, the classic that they always serve constantly, the Old Merchant Cream Ale. There's a reason I started going there and the reason I keep on going there. This is a solid cream ale of a beer. Goes down smooth every time they get it right. Just a well-done beer overall.
All right, and we are back from watching Mandy, and the first fucking thing I have to say is we watched Mandy on the streaming service Plex, which is not a shout out. You guys need to learn where the fuck to put your ad breaks. I'm fine with streaming services that use ad breaks to generate revenue. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I'm okay with that. Yeah. But you need to learn where to put them in the movies that you're streaming, because you kill the entire momentum of the entire film with where you put your ad breaks.
2+ minute long ad breaks.
2+ minute ad breaks.
So when we cover Weird, we will watch it on Roku. And I watched Weird on Roku. It has appropriate ad breaks.
I'm so frustrated. I'm not frustrated with the movie. I am frustrated with where the ad breaks were. They killed the momentum of Mandy every single fucking time.
There was like
height of momentum
3 times
every time in this movie, and the ad breaks fucking killed it dead.
Every time. Every time.
I'm very mad at you, Plex, and you need to do better. I am not a very angry shout out person, but Plex, you need to do better. If you are going to take yourself seriously, you need to do better. That was dog shit where your ad placement was. I am very mad at you. That was bad.
I'm very mad. I can get behind ad placement, trying to get revenue, trying to do your thing.
I can too.
Which is what you need to do to keep it free. I understand.
Yeah,
that's how you keep it free.
Even we have ads in this fucking podcast.
But you time them appropriately with the fucking...
you time it appropriately. You don't get it at the height of a moment like, holy shit, this is the most invested I've been in this movie at this point, and boom, ad break.
Well, especially for such a silent movie.
Yeah, a silent, not a slow burn, just like, holy shit, I am like, boom, I'm eyes glued to this movie, and then boom, ad break. Let's come up with a scenario. All right, let's think about this for a minute.
All right.
Popular movie. Let's see. Avengers.
Okay.
So let's see. Good point in the Avengers. Let's see. When the Shield helicarrier, when the helicarrier is getting, it's getting attacked, and then let's say the bit where Thor goes to stop Loki. He jumps in the thing, and like Phil Coulson gets stabbed by Loki, and then like they're talking, and then boom, ad break.
But we were just about to find out why Coulson mattered and why I like him.
Or like right when he gets stabbed, and Thor said it's like during the middle of Thor saying no while he's getting stabbed. Ad break.
So, have you thought about having insurance in Utah?
Does that make you feel good? Huh?
No. Oh my God! It took me. Man. Okay.
Does that make you happy? Does that make you feel good that you put an ad break right there?
That you're interrupted. Like we had such a good goddamn. Okay, I can.
Yeah, that's how it felt.
I understand ads. Understand commercial breaks.
I understand ads
I get
also, but you have to put them in a logical spot. Don't
That's
put
what
them
we
in a spot where it's at the height of your fucking investment.
It's where
That's so annoying. It's fucking bullshit.
Where pretty much like every 15 minutes, regardless of what's going on, every 15 minutes you're like, no, we're gonna do a fucking ad break. Regardless of what's happening.
Completely takes you out of it.
Doesn't matter if we're building up anything or you have like just like tension mounting. Yeah, nah, fuck that. It's been 15 minutes. Cue the fucking 2 to 3 minutes of goddamn fucking ads. Like, fucking. That being said, not a detriment to the movie.
No.
Just made the movie harder to enjoy.
A little,
for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely made it hard to enjoy.
It pissed me off a lot. It made me very angry.
Oh yeah, no, like a lot of times I was just standing up, like oh, Jesus, fucking really. But it's still such a really good movie.
That being said, yeah, all right,
still a really good movie. Fuck you, Plex.
Plex, be better.
Be better.
All right, 5 minutes of shitting on Plex, and all right, we're moving on.
Yeah. I think we've got it out of our system.
We got mostly. I don't know.
I'm still going to talk about it.
Still very angry about the ad breaks, but anyway, moving on. What did I do? I told you it's weird, right? Like this is how I put it watching the movie. The first act, slow burn, burn artsy piece.
Yes.
Second act, prep for a fucking crazy ass action, like Predator movie, like fucking
John Wick meets Predator prep movie, where he's talking to his gun sommelier, who happens to be holding on to his fucking weapons.
Gun sommelier.
Happens to be doing that, and then it's just like, okay, so we've done this bit, we prepped you for that. Full revenge movie. Here we go.
Third act is just. And it's all in the same crazy style. All right. Oh, wrote it down.
This is stupidly fucking shot well, dude. This is
yeah.
Visually, this movie is okay. It sounds negative with how I'm saying it, but this movie is like dumb visually. This is like stupid visually. Just like Jesus Christ. I mean,
stupid visual, meaning. It is a very, very pretty movie.
Oh my God, yes. But to the point where like the lines get blurred, which you feel like it just does a great job making you feel like you're on the drug trip, which seems to be like pretty much like it's just like in cocaine and acid.
It's a crazy acid trip of a movie.
It is. And it does
cinematographer Benjamin Loeb, great job.
Dude,
you fucking crushed it.
Ben. Fucking props, Ben.
You
fucking
did it.
Props.
You single-handedly moved up my list as one of my favorite cinematographers.
What do you prefer, Benji?
You rocked it.
Benji? Benjamin
Loeb.
Benjamin Loeb.
Loeb. Loeb.
I mean,
I'm gonna pronounce it Loeb until I hear it pronounced differently. It's Loeb to me. It could be Loeb.
I'm fine with that because also there's a Loeb that did Long Halloween on Batman. Fantastic.
I also pronounced the director's name wrong earlier. Apparently it's Panos Cosmatos, not Posmos Cosmatos.
But longtime fans know that we don't know how to fucking actually say names or
that's very fair.
A grasp of the English language. No, this movie is Jesus, man. Okay, this was done so well visually.
Benjamin Loeb. He's a fantastic cinematographer, and
dude,
if there are any filmmakers listening to this podcast, which I
know you're there. I know you're there.
I don't doubt, but
you're
also
acting like you're not. Like you're trying to play like
you're there. You're there. If you are
trying to play cool.
If you're looking to hire a good cinematographer, like one that will make people go like, "Holy shit, this movie is pretty." Hire Benjamin Loeb.
Benjamin fucking Loeb, because
Yeah.
Jesus
Please
Christ,
do. That was
he did
a
an
very,
amazing job.
very, very, very pretty movie,
Holy shit!
and it stuck in my mind for the longest time, enough to where a movie came out in 2018, enough to
Yeah.
where 5 years later, I was sitting here thinking like, my God, I gotta watch Mandy again, and I've been wanting to watch it for the longest time, and I just haven't for whatever reason, and I'm very, very happy that we did tonight.
Dude. Long-time listeners know that's my way of going back to how things being awesome is the amount of dudes that I give it. This is a 15 dude movie. Dude.
15 out of
Dude.
how many dudes is the max dudes? How many? It's a 15 out of.
Everybody knows that the max dudes is 69. Nice.
Aha, nice.
But holy shit! Oh my god, dude!
Dude.
I know words besides fuck and dude.
0 to 69.
0 to
dude
69 dude scale. I would give this a solid, honestly, 69. Dude.
A 69 out of 69 dudes.
Dude, this was such a great fucking goddamn movie. This was, dude.
All right, I'll agree with that. I like that. Yeah.
I mean, okay, so we have our hang-ups watching it on Plex.
We have the only hang-ups we have about this movie
We are watching it on the streaming service that we did.
Watching it on Plex, which we're advertising on this podcast only to shit on it.
Yep,
because
shitting on
they
it
need to
hard.
figure out where the fuck their ad space needs to be.
Dude.
Come on. If we had to give a Plex a 0 out of 69 dudes, I'd give Plex a negative 25 dudes.
Negative 25. Not the full negative 69, because I appreciate what you're doing.
I do appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate having movies to stream for free. That's awesome.
That being said, I have some notes.
I have a lot of notes. Learn where to put your fucking ad
Ads.
space.
It's not that fucking hard. That being said,
this
fucking movie.
all right, we're done shitting on Plex.
Yeah, okay, Plex. All right, tap out. You're done.
All right,
we'll take you out of the ring.
Panos, you are slowly moving up into one of my favorite directors, dude. You fucking crushed this movie, and I love it.
This was such a well-directed movie. Like, I'll be honest. There's a few times where, like, I watch movies and I kind of don't really pay attention to the direction and the thing they're trying to create. But it's hard to ignore what he's got going on with this movie.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, Panos' love of the early 80s and the 80s metal scene and his love of slashers, like the Crystal Lake cameo.
Yeah.
Like he added the Crystal Lake cameo in there and yeah, like his knowledge of horror movies and metal throughout the 80s is legendary, and it's amazing how many references. If you watch this movie, I dare you to watch it and take a shot for every either 80s horror movie or 80s metal band reference you see, including like Black Sabbath, Motley Crue, King Diamond, all that shit. It's amazing how much it's put to front in this movie.
If you're doing that, good luck staying like even remotely aware of what's going on for the entire fucking movie. If you're taking a shot for all
Good
that.
luck. Good luck staying remotely aware of what's going on in the movie sober.
Sober. And longtime listeners know that we do not do this that sober. Oh my god, dude.
No, like the first act, like it's a cerebral fucking power trip. Like it is an acid trip. It's crazy, and that's one of the reasons why this movie stuck in my brain for as long as it did. Is the first act? I was like, holy shit! The crazy contrast when he starts doing the weird transitions between Jeremiah, the cult leader, and Mandy, while he's talking, that's one of the bits in the movie where I could not shut my eyes. I did not.
Yeah, no.
I didn't want to blink. Like, it's so crazy watching that transition. It's so smooth and so subtle.
This movie is done very much well,
Yeah.
like an acid or a mushroom trip,
It
where the
is
first
so
part
good.
is pure anxiety.
Yeah.
When it comes to like mushrooms or acid, you're like,
It's
mushrooms and acid,
fucking nuts.
and then it just fucking kicks in and becomes full fucking goddamn metal. I get why this is like a cerebral thriller of a movie, because it pretty much plays out and builds up like you're on mushrooms or acid.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nicolas Cage, for properly conveying what it's like to be on acid, not like on those goddamn
And
bullshit movies.
thank you, Panos and cinematographer Benjamin.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you guys for capturing that shit.
Thank you, the entire crew. Holy shit! I could not grasp how
Dude,
accurate how accurate, like when Mandy's put in front of Jeremiah, and like the subtle, like the
While her face becomes his face while he's saying the things.
and like he's moving through space, but he's not like moving, and it's like the like he's moving, but you still see him in
and
the
also with the
previous
score in the
spots.
background the entire time.
Yeah. That is one of the most accurate descriptions. Not that we've done drugs, but
No. Long-time listeners know that our bodies are temples and we don't believe in them.
yeah, but that is one of the most accurate descriptions of being that high I've
on a
ever
psychedelic.
seen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Between the reverberations of the
him moving, and you still seeing like the face, like there's a face.
Like your face is superimposed on his face, but he's still talking. You can kind of see that he's talking.
But like while they're moving, like but like he looks over and his face is still here, but it fades out, and he's still walking. That shit is nuts.
The tracers they did on the face is fucked up.
Yeah, tracers. Tracers. That's
it's
the
the tracers.
Yeah.
It's the line where you're like.
That shit is
so well.
That shit is
done.
so well done.
Holy shit!
Hands down.
God.
Hands down.
Dude.
One of the best representations of being hallucinogenically high.
We're guessing because we do not do that.
We would be guessing. You don't see dragons and shit.
Nah. Just guessing.
If anybody has seen dragons or like monsters and shit, leave a comment below. But in our best guess of an interpretation of being high on hallucinogens,
which we would not do,
which we wouldn't do.
There's no way in hell we're going to rewatch this after taking some mushrooms. No way in hell.
No.
Come
but
on.
this movie is one of the best representations of being high on hallucinogens I have ever seen personally.
Oh, dude. My God. I mean, I went off on the unbearable weight and that whole acid scene, and just
that acid scene with like the panic attack.
Yeah, the panic attack, and kind of also just like the like loose. Just
but they didn't like they represented the panic attack very realistically, and it was like, yes, that's great, but they didn't show you what they were seeing. In Mandy, you see what. I mean, I'm guessing here, but you see what you would see in that kind of heightened mindset, supposedly with that movement and that.
Also, yeah, because it's set in 1983, so this is like post 60s, post 70s, which we've established nothing happened in the 70s.
Nothing happened in the 70s. Nobody there. You can't quote us on that. You can quote us on that. Nothing happened in the 70s. If you think anything happened in the 70s, leave a comment below.
Watch The Exorcist and then ask yourself.
Come on. If there's anything that happened in the 70s, you could probably. I mean, let me know in the comments. I would be glad to hear it.
I'd be glad to hear that we have listeners that old who know what happened in the 70s.
Yeah. Let us know what happened in the 70s. Neither one of us were alive. We don't know. But
Wasn't even a
nobody
fucking
ever
thought.
nobody even fucking talks about it or anything.
Nobody ever brings up the 70s.
No. Anyway, so yeah. So the cinematography and the drug effects in this movie are
It's phenomenal.
ridiculous.
Oh my god, dude.
It is one of the prettiest movies I've ever seen.
Dude, this was a lovely movie.
In a sense, that it's like if you're a big landscape earth nerd, like that's fine. That's great. Like I love pretty landscape. I love all that shit. I love earth and nature and all that shit. That's not really what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is if you're a big fan of colors and very big like visual representations of
emotions and everything. Like, they go hard on it.
Yeah.
Which I talked to you earlier, like I mentioned earlier, watching a movie, like there is so much orange. What are they trying to say?
Right. If you're a big fan of like just like color, color as a way,
color psychology.
Yes, color theory. Yeah,
color theory.
If you're a big fan, if you're a big fan of color theory and color psychology, this is one of the most perfect representations of the use of color in film I've ever seen. Mandy is
orange.
A great
Mandy
movie
is orange the entire time, and that's
that sense. And in that sense, talking about it story wise, it's a basic.
Oh, it's just basic
revenge
movie plot where some cultists show up, they kill your wife, and then you go
get
and
revenge
on them. Yeah, absolutely.
It is a very it's very basic story wise, but if you're into it is so much more than that. It is. It's if you're into the slow burn, cinematography,
oh my god,
color,
yes.
Just if you're into style. It's style over substance.
Oh, absolutely, because the substance is minimum, which they know.
It's a revenge movie,
which is why they have long takes with no dialogue, of pretty much just Nicolas Cage going pure German expressionist, just like I'm just going to convey. Yeah. Which I felt weirdly related to that because like I personally try to act as much with my face as I can, and he's just expressing everything on his face.
Especially at the end where he's just big ass smile.
Oh my god, just big ass smile. Wide eyes. Nicholas.
Big ass
fucking Cage. Just the entire time. Just his teeth are doing all the fucking
all right, now as long as we're talking about, now we're getting to the ridiculous bit of the podcast. So now we're getting to the axe.
Now it gets ridiculous.
We saw the axe that is in A Bearable Weight of Massive Talent. We saw the axe. We saw it got made, and we saw it get used against a man who has his dick caged in a device that's a machete. So if you can imagine that, he can't, like, his dick is caged, but when he gets hard, he can get hard. So when he gets hard, an entire machete is lifted up. So he has a machete for a penis.
Via the power of his boner.
Yeah.
Which is that a commentary on the deadliness of male sexuality?
Could be.
Also, hell of a fucking visual. Let's fucking watch it.
Yeah. He was watching porn.
He was watching 80s porn, so not even good porn.
It's set in 83, so
this is before porn got good. Let's be honest. There's a demarcation point for decent porn.
Has porn ever been good though?
No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. Porn got good after a certain point in time. When we got past all the softcore
no, you can't have the nostalgia factor coming in on this.
No nostalgia factor. Porn has become decent because it's become aware of the fact that it is Is this going to be cut?
Oh, all of this is going to be cut. None of this is making it into
How
the
deep
episode.
do I go into this? Is this for is this for the Patreon fans who are like paying the money for the unedited episodes? Okay, so yeah, porn is good now. There's stories behind it. It's a way of conveying
There's
human
always
sexuality.
been